This week on The Wise Guys.
But to me, the president is just a
figure.
Yeah, a figure representing the interest of people that support his campaign.
That's true.
Because if I'm Amazon and I give the president billions and millions of dollars to support his campaign, and then when he's in office I say, hey, I need a favor, is he gonna say no?
Yeah.
You gotta wash the hand that washed yours.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's how it works. So
it's true.
We just have to be mindful of that. And sure, vote. I love it. Vote. Do what you got to do. But did you research the policies that they have in place, or are you just voting just because that's the people's choice?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mark Pruden, and you're now tuning in to the Wise Guys podcast, brought to you by Flowered Concrete.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy, Kevin Anglad.
And this is Mark Pruden.
And we're back for another episode of the Wise Guys podcast. I'm sorry, man, we're injuries always spots. I had to say A one time. I had to hit it with a different introduction.
A for clarity, I like that.
Yes, A for clarity, absolutely. Absolutely, A for clarity. My brother, how you doing this week?
Doing good, man. Business is good. Just maintaining. Thankful to be healthy.
Yeah.
Everything is great. How about you?
Same here, man. Business, I'm trying to get business up and running. Obviously, as I mentioned, prior in terms of starting to get this merch going with Flowered Concrete.
Exactly.
Which I'll delve into on a later episode. But, a lot of pressing matters today.
Right.
Today's episode 38. It's a very important one, man. Today's November 2nd. It's election day.
Exactly.
So this is Is America Great Again?
Wow.
Yeah, man. Is America great again? There's so many different ways you could even go with that title alone. Like, it can be offensive to you. It can be like, wait, why are you even choosing that for a title? Like, what's going on? But
right.
I'm just throwing out that general idea or statement within a question for this title of this episode. Is America great again? So, as you know, it's all come down to this, right? You got Trump versus Biden. Now, you don't have to address either side.
Exactly, right?
You can just address it depending on the context of the whole entire situation of how we're living, what time we're in. But yeah, man, with COVID-19 and just everything that's happened since November 2016, and COVID-19, it becoming officially a pandemic on March 11th by the WHO, by the World Health Organization. Mm-hmm. Here we are. It's almost as if this was like the climax of the movie, the culmination of the tipping point.
Right.
Has the American society improved overall during Trump's presidency? Answer that how you might.
Yeah, because
that how you might.
Has American society improved? Well, I'm not a Trump supporter in any way. You have to disclaim these things,
right?
Or people burn my house down.
Yeah.
But if you're speaking from a business perspective, mm-hmm. a stock market investor mm-hmm. improved significantly.
Mm-hmm. What about your thoughts?
The stock market is up a ridiculous amount, partly due to the Federal Reserve pumping money in to prevent a crash.
Right.
But stocks have been rising significantly because of the Trump presidency. Why? It's because he is manipulating the tax laws to benefit corporations.
Does that, if you don't mind me asking real quick, is that a benefit of him being a shrewd businessman?
I think so. I think he, as a businessman, he knows what the businesses want, mm-hmm. and he bent some rules in order to make them work a bit more efficient.
Yeah.
Or, just more beneficial to them altogether. He's done a lot of things with the tax code, allowing Apple to bring over, billions of dollars from overseas.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, when you bend the tax laws to benefit corporations, they save more money. And if they save more money, investors make more money.
Yeah.
And just with the way he's treated corporations, stocks are going up because mm-hmm. people have more confidence in these companies with all the rules that Trump has put in place to keep them, keep them efficient, keep
Right.
them saving money on the tax side.
No, I agree with you. I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
In terms of as a society, have the poor and middle class have their lives improved? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it is how it always was,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. Like, it's always the corporations getting the benefits, and then the middle class and the poor just keep maintaining.
Yeah.
So I can't say that America's great at all.
Yeah.
There's opportunity, but I can't say it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think on that?
Oh man, I think you bring up a lot of solid points. I personally feel as if when you come from the background that I come from, working class family, just trying to make a modest living
Right.
and a dollar every day to keep a roof over your head. I feel as if, and this is going to sound like the most diplomatic and the most neutral response, I feel as if Trump's presidency, what he's been able to accomplish, the lack thereof, or what he has not been able to accomplish, doesn't affect me.
Right.
It doesn't affect
Right.
a majority of the people that come from my neighborhood. As much as I loved Obama, I'm being 100% honest with you, I didn't vote for him both times. I've never voted in my life. Majority of the people that I know that was chattering and going on and on and on about on Facebook the day after Trump was elected, you didn't vote for Hillary, you voted for the greater of the two evils, so you're a terrible person. All the people who didn't vote, F you guys, F this, F that, you are terrible people. Let me tell you something, Shaquanda. Let me tell you something right now.
You're gonna get us canceled, Kev.
No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Mark has nothing to do with this. This is all me. I'll take the heat. I'll take all the heat.
You're the guy.
Listen up, Shaq. check this out. And I don't know, maybe Mark could agree with this or not. I don't know. He's like, wait, what is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? I don't know. But you going at me or anybody else who didn't vote, believe it or not, there's tons of people on your timeline that didn't vote that day. All right? A majority of people didn't. Why? They didn't vote because it would have distracted them or removed them from the act of trying to survive, make money, work that 3 to 12 shift that they needed to work that 2 to 12 shift, whatever it is that they needed to do, whatever the case may be. A lot of people that I know did not vote that day. How do I know that? Even now, how do I say this? Even now at my job, one of the guys, shit, yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? These times are hard, but I ain't never voted. I ain't vote for Clinton. I support the president though, but like, nah, I ain't even vote for Obama. But that's my dude though. I rock with him though. It's like, man, yeah, I ain't vote either. Shit, I'm just living my life. just trying to get this money. I'm like, man, people really, especially if you're in the poor or the working class and you're trying to make a modest living, you don't have you really don't have time for these things. And it's so easy to say, oh, just take the day off and just go vote, or just go stand in that line. Some people, their jobs might not even afford them to do that. You're the custodian. Make sure you're there from 4 to 12. Do what you gotta do. You don't know what people's predicaments are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the angle or the perspective that I'm looking at it on.
It's true. No, I agree with you. I mean,
it's not an excuse, but
no.
you get what I'm saying?
I mean, when it comes to voting, if you're poor, don't think that whoever you vote for is going to make you rich.
Right.
Because people seem to have that idea that, I have to cast my ballot.
Yeah.
Because this will change my life. And has it ever?
That's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
That's the angle that I'm taking on. Not saying it's a bad thing. Not saying it's a great thing not to vote or to even champion the art of not voting and not being in compliance or participating in the democratic process of the society.
Right.
I'm just saying that when you're really dealing with a lot of stuff in the hood, the election, Trump versus Biden or whatever stuff that you might be dealing with, that stuff doesn't touch you.
That's true.
You know?
Yep. I feel the only people that really get touched by voting. The benefits of the elected official are either if you're really rich and you're looking for tax breaks and interruptions in the tax code for you to save money,
right?
Or if you're really poor and looking for more benefits in terms of assistance.
It's true.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like it's really interesting, man. It's like there's people chanting about, did you vote? Why didn't you vote?
Right.
Did you even invest this year? You're screaming at me about voting, but you haven't invested $1.
Yeah.
Who's really trying to change their life here? Voting is free. Voting took little to no sacrifice.
Right.
But if you couldn't take it upon yourself to invest your money to try to change your life, opposed to just casting a ballot,
I agree.
Now I'm not saying don't vote. Do both, but don't scream at someone for not voting, and you don't do anything else to change your life aside from cast a free ballot.
No, it's true. It's very true. Dang, I think I kind of lost my train of thought of what I was going to say, but no, you bring up a great point. I personally think that when we think about this, the system of voting and things of that nature, and just to kind of piggyback off of everything you just said, invest, do other things to, build yourself up. You might not even be a strong influencer in the sense of being well known to the point where you have status and money,
right,
or whatever. But help out at your local, Thanksgiving food drive. Go to a homeless shelter, give back if that's something that. And I'm not saying oh my gosh, that's gonna trump all. Obviously, it's not, but. I think we as people tend to take for granted how much we can do as a society or in our communities if all hands were really on deck and we all tried to help out the people within our areas, Right. Not saying you need to have more than them to help out, but, just give a genuine helping hand. If I, had a good amount of money money underneath me, I would like to open up a community center where kids could come in and just like a Flower Concrete Media Center.
Right.
Where kids could come in, they could read their books, they could pick out books. It's kind of like a library in a way, and a library that's going in the way of the digital space of come in and do your homework online, tune into this new VR segment where you're able to actually be in the wilderness and you're doing all these cool things or whatnot. I don't know, I'm just talking, but wherever that technology is going, are people that have the capital, have the resources to invest in that, do that. Give the kids in your community a new way to learn and invest in that new groundbreaking space or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I know it's easier said than done, I know it's easier said than done, but I feel as if as a community, there's so many different things that we can be doing, especially for those influencers or those who have the wealth, the status, and the money that they can actually do to make a difference. But it's no, hoard, take all this. I'd rather give this to the Boys and Girls Club or the Village, over in Calabasas, because that's where I live now. So I'm benefiting that community. All right, cool. Well, the people in the hood, leave them alone, because guess what? They're surviving without you. Thanks. Right. Yeah. They're still making it every day. Those are some of the most persistent, relentless, strong people I've ever met. And they still got to push through every single day of their lives. Same for the people in Middle America that are living in the trailer homes. Right. They get by. You know. But I don't know. This is it can be a very touchy topic, and it all depends on your mindset, your culture, your race, optimally so, and as well as just everything you've been through. I think there's a myriad of factors that plays into this, so there's no right or wrong or one right way true answer, if that makes sense.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, what we're saying is all opinionated, what we think, or but it's just our opinion. Just my opinion. I get it, but to me, the president is just a
talking head, a figure.
Yeah, a figure representing the interest of people that support his campaign.
It's true.
Because if I'm Amazon and I give the president billions and millions of dollars to support his campaign, and then when he's in office I say, hey, I need a favor, is he gonna say no?
Yeah.
You gotta wash the hand that washed yours.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's how it works. So
it's true.
I mean, we just have to be mindful of that. And I mean, sure, vote. I love it. Vote. Do what you got to do. But did you research the policies that they have in place, or are you just voting just because that's the people's choice?
Yeah.
Because people say so much great things about Obama. I can't name one thing that he did that changed, the way of life for a young black, brown, Latina, it doesn't, whatever. I don't know what he did. Maybe I need to do my research.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem. A lot of people are just saying, I love Obama, he's my favorite president only because he's black. And I don't think we should do that. We need to look at the facts. We need to look at the black and white in terms of paper. What did he do? Instead of just saying, okay, I'm with the black guy. He's the best president just because he's black. I don't think that's right. And that's why a lot of people struggle with business, because they tend to make emotional decisions instead of actually making decisions based on facts and information.
It's so interesting that you said that, because as you were talking, I can literally hear people screaming as they're listening to this episode. Oh, what are you talking about? Obama did so much for us. We can't talk about Obama like that. That's Obama. We have to protect him. Protect him from what?
Right.
What are we protecting him from?
Yeah.
There are people out there who will critique you. There's people out there who are great at what they do, whether it's a Barack Obama or it's LeBron James or Michael Jordan or whoever you want, Elon Musk or Steve Jobs, whoever that does what they do in their caliber of a space.
Right.
No one within the realms of doing what they do, or even us as ordinary people, no one is free to not be subjected to critique.
Right.
Everyone's going to be critiqued, good or bad. And it's okay to have questions, because we're all just trying to better ourselves as people, I feel like.
Right.
So it's okay. That's valid. That's how we grow. That's how we improve, I feel like. But I feel as if, like you said, it goes back to this whole play on emotion. Just when people blurt back out you as an emotional response, it lets you know that they didn't have the rationale to think and work through the logistical process of what they're talking about.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, don't talk about Obama like that," and that's why we love the Wise community, and we encourage you to DM us.
Yes.
What did Obama do? Let us know.
Yes.
And I don't mean that sarcastically.
No, I
because
know.
I haven't done the
My
research.
Me neither. So
So if you've done the research, DM the Wise guys and educate us on what Obama did.
Absolutely. Go to like he said, DM us. And as well as also, if you have a longer response that you'd like to share with us, go to our email us, thewiseguysnyc@gmail.com. I really would like to know, because I'm not really heavily into the political space. So there might be some things I might have missed.
Exactly. And I don't support Trump because of the hate that he spews, encouraging violence and hatred on gender and race and stuff like that. So I can't really speak on him too much.
Right.
But a lot of people, that I know support Obama to the death when I don't know what he did.
No, it's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact. And I want to keep this episode relatively short, because the longer this episode goes, it will get lost in the shuffle of Election Day. Election Day always holds precedence. It takes over, and there is no room for nothing else under it. So I kind of want to, get us out of here.
Right.
So I want to leave you off with this question, because again, going back to what Mark said, and we're doing this once again, there is no words of the wise today. We have no wise words for this topic.
Right.
It's just a general conversation amongst two plain average Joes, two ordinary men that are just in the conundrum of wanting to know, wanting to learn, and to educate themselves. So this is a question that we pose out to the wise community, and hopefully you can pose another question back at us or give us a response.
Right, exactly.
So the question I want to leave us with today, bro, is what are some steps we can take moving forward to improve our standing as a country under this current political climate? So that's just a question. Again, it's an open-ended question. Feel free to DM us. Feel free to email us at thewiseguysnyc@gmail.com. And we'll tune in to anything you have to say, and let's move this conversation online actually, and talk about it over DM, or we can move it offline too. You can talk to us in person, pull up, let us know. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gents, that is our show for today. All right. Next week we're going to be picking it up. We're going to be talking about the art of manipulation. All right. As we hit the final stretch of the season with the final 7 episodes, we're going to be talking about the art of manipulation, but we'll talk about that at another time. I won't tell you if I'll vote today, but there's a possibility I might vote today. But go out there and vote today, all right? Who knows? I probably already casted my ballot already because, you due to COVID, you could also vote from home now. You can cast your ballot from home.
Yep.
So if you haven't done that, this is your last and final chance to do that. Do so, and let's try to make our world a better place. This is all I'm going to say. At the end of the day, Mark in my heart. You know where we stand when it comes to socioeconomics and how we want to better and uplift our people. That's all we care about. So at the end of the day, we know that you all want to do the same.
Right, absolutely.
With that being said, that's it. So we will see you all next week. This is your boy, Kevin Anglad.
This is Mark Pruden.
Check us out on all streaming platforms and tune in another time. That time being next week. We'll check you out.
Stay wise.